I am very much devoted and, let's say, enthusiastic about clinical trials. They're just so important because when you think of all the great medicines that we have now and all the tremendous advances we've made in cancer treatment just in the last 10 years, much less in the last several decades, all of those advances came about because of clinical trials, which basically are comparing a new therapy to a standard therapy that we've had before, and then the winner becomes the next standard therapy. That's the base for the next clinical trial, and through that step-by-step process, we have over the years made tremendous advances in treatment for cancer patients. It impacts cancer care today because it gives patients the ability to access treatments that may not be FDA approved yet, but that are thought on the basis of usually other research that's been done, either in the laboratory or in earlier clinical trials, to be effective. And these days, if you're the patient, you want to be on a clinical trial because the science has come to the point where it's very, very unusual to have a research drug that doesn't perform at least as well as standard therapy. I think that what's happened over the last several years is we've been able to start to dissect why some cancers are different than others and why do some patients respond to a standard of care therapy and other patients don't. And we're beginning to understand the molecular drivers and why every lung cancer is not the same, why every breast cancer is not the same, and begin to select treatments that are specific, or you might say targeted, for that individual patient and that patient's cancer. So when you talk about personalized medicine, to me this is really the epitome of that. This is applying that science to tell us, number one, why an individual's cancer may be different than the cancers that appear in other people, and how we can target that to get the best response and the best outcome for that individual patient. I think it's very important for people to understand that these trials are looked over by the FDA. There is a very robust consent process that patients go through and participate in to help them understand what the anticipated risk and benefits of the trial are. And that these days, a big objection that patients often say is, I don't want to be a guinea pig, as if we're just taking this drug and giving it to them and we have no idea what it's going to do. Patients, at the time that they become eligible for a clinical trial, are going to either get the best standard therapy that is agreed on by a wide consensus of doctors throughout the world, or they're going to get a therapy that we really think is going to be better based on that trial. So I think patients need to go through the consent process and see if the trial seems to be a good idea for them. But they should be reassured that the degree of oversight is such that they're probably going to do very well regardless of what treatment they're assigned to on the trial.